Y'all, oh, the sun is beaming, girl. We're driving right into the light. You hear me? What's going on, y'all? It's me, Erica. Let me see, is this light green, bitch? You know you can't see the light. You can't see the light. Just give me the light. So we talking about wacky flacky and a little bit of marriage boot camp. I really don't know what to talk about in marriage boot camp. I do want to talk about a few little things. Let me park right here. All right, sun is coming up. Ooh, we was right in the sun, girl. The blink, get my eyesight together. So I'm gonna put the heater on, and then we are going to just talk for a second, and we're gonna talk about. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. This man is walking his dog this morning. He's out here. His dog. So marriage boot camp real quick. The dog is staring at me. The dog is still staring at me. Walk with your dog, man. Shoot. Okay. Coffee. I got coffee this morning. I woke up early. I woke up at like 5 something. 5 early. Like I had to go to work. But I'm here. I said I was gonna come down here on Saturday, on Saturn's day, as the sun is coming up. I'm gonna put the heater on my feet. All right, so let's talk about marriage boot camp a little bit, and then we'll go to Tammy and Waka Flocka Flame. Because what Tammy and Waka Flocka Flame is very typical, as we can see it as it's unfolding just on the 2nd episode. We are already able to see the pathology. Come on, Iyanla. That's my next mission. That's why I can't quit. Just like LeBron get my. Come on, J. Cole. All right, so marriage boot camp. So I wrote down here Michelle and Stu, right? What is happening? I said. What is happening with them? It just seems so crazy. Like, okay. Michelle and Stu have there's no chemistry. There's no, I don't understand what's going on. And I said I was going to come down here and ask y'all, somebody please explain to me what the hell is going on with Michelle and Stu. Like, I don't get it. I've never seen this behavior in a couple before. It's like, and all I could think about, honestly, and this is what the thing, when I think of Michelle and Stu, the first thing that popped into my head when I was trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is going on with them? It is like two magnets that should be negatives or positives, trying to put them together. You know how you can't put them together and they be like moving around, like you can't really get them together. It's what they won't stick together. You know when you try to put two magnets together and they be moving like, you know what I'm talking about? That's Michelle and Stu to me. Like, they're two repelling magnets. That's what I see. Y'all tell me what y'all see. I don't get it. I was looking at them yesterday like, does he like her? Or does she even like him? Do they like each other? But it doesn't seem like they hate each other. It just seems like they're just like, and then she said that she broke her celibacy with him, and then he disclosed to everyone that she cried. What? Why would you tell that? That's like insensitive, one, and two, that's none of no one else's business. Like, even Ajua was like, what did he just do? Did he just say that? Oh, it's like, do y'all like each other? Like, what's the tea? what is going on? And he was like, I'm seeing things in a different way now. And it's like, do you like her? Like, what do you like about her? Like, what? To me, I feel like I want to ask them, and it's the same question that I wanted to ask another couple. Like, when you first met, what was it? Like, what did y'all were attracted to each other in some way that brought you guys together, right? Every time, it doesn't matter if it's intimate, romantic, or whatever, you are, you had something attracted you guys together. What brought you guys together? Not like a physical attraction, what I'm talking about. What did you like about him? What did you like about Michelle? Because y'all seem like y'all don't like each other. It's like no emotion, and then like just no emotion. I don't know if it's like her dealing with, Suge Knight and Dr. Dre and those like really abusive, I'm just gonna say it, men, and then you're with this guy and he's saying, because she comes from that type of, those are her, exes, I try to treat her very delicately. But that doesn't make sense when she says, when it's time to have sex, you just want to turn her over and put her legs to the moon. And there's no foreplay, for lack of words, what she was trying to say. It's like he wants to flip me over and just bang, bang, bang. I know as soon as he grabs my titty, that's what he wants. I'm like, what? But then you telling people you treat her with kitten paws because she's been in these crazy relationships with these men. So I don't understand what the hell is going on. So can somebody please explain to me, Stu, since you be in the comments, leaving your link, can you explain what the hell is going on between you and Michelle? Shit. Choses and Bianca. I told y'all they're just there for the experience. They're just on a vacation. That's it. I keep getting that, and it keeps coming out. Like, you talking to other dudes, you guys should not be in a relationship with each other. You should. So many people approach relationships with the idea of monogamy and are not willing to agree to that type of relationship. So instead of saying, I want an open relationship, you're trying to uphold an idea of something that you don't even want to do. And so now you're cheating on your partner, or, both of them. I'm talking to this guy, you talking to this guy. Why are y'all in a monogamous relationship and still operating as such? Be in an open relationship. I think that's hard to process for a lot of people, because what is considered normal in our society that we live in is an agreement of monogamy. And that's just what it is. And people don't want to agree to that, but they subscribe to it, right? They subscribe to it and don't agree to it, but are too insecure to say, let's agree to be in an open relationship. It's so, do y'all understand what I'm saying? It's so crazy, because there's an insecurity for some people. I can't do that. Insecurity. They feel like it's not safe. You can't. So you go into an agreement with the person that we're going to be together for however long, whatever. It doesn't matter, lifelong, whatever the fuck you think. But the agreement is that you and I are together. We mate with each other, and that's it. And you're too insecure to say, okay, you know what? I really like you and I really want to mate with you, but I also want to mate with other people. And I also want to relate to other people. And I also want to build relationships, intimate relationships with other people. Because it's possible. People do it over and over. You break up with one nigga, you have an intimate relationship with the next. You're capable. There's no one that's incapable of having intimate relationships with more than one person. You agreeing. And first of all, you 25 and 26. Why, first of all, are you in your 20s in a monogamous relationship? I don't know. To each his own. Let me shut up. Because that ain't the tea. But like I said, people are too insecure to be, not insecure, I don't know what word I need to be using right now, because insecure makes it seem like I'm trying to say something and this might touch somebody and they may feel like I'm talking shit. But I'm not really talking shit. The idea is that you guys are you agree to be monogamous. You do not want to agree to be open. So then in an agreement of monogamy, you're now being deceitful in order to satisfy the desire to relate to other people. Instead of saying, you know what, this is what I want to do. Anyway, Jocelyn gets word that she lost custody to Stevie J. Baby, I don't know how. I mean, I don't even know how. I mean, I guess I got to read up on it. But she was devastated, naturally. And then Dr. Ish comes in and he's like, this is what you're going to have to do. I know you're upset. And I think he acknowledged her being upset and acknowledged how she probably feels. Because, you know, we judge women so much on how well they can keep a man and how well they can keep a child. And when you tell a woman, okay, we're losing, you know, I've met so many guys who have sole custody of their children, and it's not as uncommon as it used to be. So when, you know, Dr. Ish was like, I know how you feel like you're a bad mom. I know it make you feel like you're a bad mother and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And she was like, I don't know what to do and this and that. And they're like, you gonna have to. And then everybody was like, why would he wait? Like, that's the crazy shit. Like, why would you wait until she's doing on a project to file for sole custody of this child, and then for it to happen while she is working on this project, marriage boot camp? Stevie J, that was, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of their little shit or whatever, but that shit was raggedy. Styles P even tried to call him and tried to say, you know, can you do something different? But he didn't answer the phone. So they clearly have a relationship. I guess it's going back to bad boy, I assume. They took my baby. He was like, you're not unfit. You just need to, you know, this is how it is for now. Oh, let me turn my car off. This is how it is for now. So just, you know, it's a court order. So you're going to have to, if you don't do it, then you're going to have to, they're going to take her away altogether until she's 12 and can say where she wants to go. So Bianca, they said they heard Bianca and chose this screwing, so that was great. They did this game, you know, asking questions, intimate questions, sexual questions, and telling people, you know, you shouldn't be embarrassed to talk about sex. I think in our society we really something as natural as that. We weaponize sex. We do. We make children growing into puberty, we make them feel bad. Like, we tell them, you guys shouldn't be doing this, you guys shouldn't be doing this, and oh, you doing this. These are natural feelings. Natural. This is, you know, and you should be comfortable talking about sex. You just should be. I can't stand a bitch who fucking and acting like a prude. I can't stand that. I don't know why. Just talk. It's nothing to be like, oh, penis. There's nothing to be like that about. Shut up. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. Anyway, so they're asking questions like that, and it's cute, and Stu and Michelle, just no passion, and Chose and Bianca, you know, they're the youngest ones there, and they were like, girl, this is so gross, listening to these old ass people talk about sex. It's like we listen to Uncle Styles talking about sex. It's just, no. It was so funny when they were saying that. Social or body? Oh, I don't know what I was trying to say there. Stu and Michelle, I put not passionate. I don't know. That's it. That's it for marriage boot camp. It's weird. I was like, this is weird. Anyway, so Waka and Flocka. I keep doing that. Waka and Tammy. Waka married his mother. Here's what I was saying. Okay. Waka Flocka had tough love from Deb, right? And some of y'all were saying this in the comments too. These mothers, they hella hard on their children, on their sons. Tough love, right? And then when they find a partner who's just like them, then you mad because their wife is talking to them just like you used to talk to them. And you don't like it. You don't like what it looks like. Because you never actually stepped outside of how you were treating your kids and looked at yourself and been like, God damn, maybe I was too hard. And he don't know any better, so he goes out and partners with somebody who talks to him crazy. And you looking at it like, God damn, I don't like the way she talks to him. She needs to be more nurturing. No, bitch, you should have been more nurturing. Maybe then he would have went out and found a partner who was nurturing like you, instead of marrying his mother. And now she's slapping him and running around the house trying to cut her daughter's braids off and shit. And with a spouse who, and he looking at her like, sometimes I wake up and I hate my wife, is what he said. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. So you don't love everybody 100% every day. Okay, it's just impossible. So that's what happened. That's what I'm seeing here. Deb, you don't like, let me tell you something, the brat, let Deb have it. And in the nicest, most compassionate, friendly, like, I love you way, but still like, you got to stop acting the way you're acting. Then she says, Deb admits she wants Tammy to have a baby so that she can practice on the baby. Let me tell y'all something. In my mind, in my head, when my mother, the things that bothered me so much about her and about the way that she parented me and the way that she handled me, the things that bothered me so much. Then I had kids, right? And then I noticed that she was doing the same things to them. The same things. And I said to myself, oh, you're not going to be able to fuck another person. You're not going to be able to fuck nobody up. You're not on my watch. You're not going to be able to do that. And Waka Flocka, Deb wants, because two of my sons died, and I don't want anything to happen to Waka and there's not a piece of him walking around here. And it's also for me. But you want your son to have a baby so that a piece of him is walking around, and so that you can try to get it right this time with another set with some grandkids, because you mishandled your sons, and then your sons went out and married you, and now you looking at the girl like, I don't like the way you talk to my child. Bitch, they didn't like the way you talk to them. And Waka Flocka, Flame, is trying to play this role of this responsible, what he should have been taught to do. But in a society that says, you don't really have to do much because the bitches will take you back. You can do whatever you want. Any hoe will take you. When one get tired of you, there's another one who has never had the experience of a man like you before. So she doesn't see you coming until it's too late. So there's another one waiting in line after that fool wakes up. But it's easy to be that dude. It's hard to be what you're supposed to be. So now you have these struggles of being a good role model a good father, but also undermining the mother of the child that you're raising and making her feel like she doesn't have a say in the house because your mother taught you to be this, I need a more feminine woman. You heard him say that, right? I would like her to be more feminine. He tells Tam, you talk so aggressive. Well, that's just how I talk. And when I was talking soft, you took advantage of me. You treated me like shit. So you had a soft woman, but your mama didn't teach you nothing about how to handle a person who has been in a previously abusive relationship. I mean, I guess nobody can prepare you for that. But he is having struggles trying to do what he's supposed to do as a married man, or what is expected. But that should be normal. It should be regular. That should be normal. I don't know what's going on. To be upstanding, to be faithful, to be, comforting to, to your mother, to your wife, to your daughter. Trying to do the right thing. Tammy says she's going to a women's empowerment thing. But then she comes outside. You see, they open with Waka talking to his brother and telling him he wants to see that therapist that he saw on Viceland. And Waka is saying, okay, I'm going to this, no, Tammy comes out and she's like, I'm going to this women's empowerment thing. Oh, what, y'all gonna sit around and talk about how niggas did you wrong? No, my nigga, the world isn't centered around you guys. I mean, I'm sorry that you really believe that and that you have been fed that. But no, there's times when women actually come together and empower each other and lift each other up and let each other know, hey, despite of who you came in contact with and what baggage you carry from that, you can still do what you want to do. You can still be powerful. You can still be whatever you want to be. So I'm going to women's empowerment. It's about, being successful in business. It's not about men. Oh, God. Waka says one hell of a parent. Not when you're not enforcing boundaries, not when you're playing good cop. You have to have a balance. I think some people who have children who come from parents who weren't great at parenting overcompensate and don't create the healthy boundaries. They lean too much to the liberal side. I find myself doing that sometimes. Like, I'm not putting my hands on y'all. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Even though that was done to me, even though it was a regular thing, and even though that's what I had to unlearn that. I had to unlearn that. Keep your damn hands off of your kids, period. They're not, respect their bodies. That they're not, you should not be, anyways. I was getting ready to go down another path. You hear me? So Tammy says, your vibes are low. And he's like, where are they at? How you know my vibes are low? She's like, I don't know the number. I could just tell something's not right. And she's right. Something's not right. And he was like, well, I was talking to my mom. And she was like, why you can't talk to your wife? Bitch, it's like talking to the same woman. He married his mother. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's just really crazy. And it's crazy because you marry your mama and the things that you can't stand about your mother, now you can't stand about your wife. And now you can't stand her. She's driving you crazy and she's this and that and this and that. And then when you go to your mom and talk to her about what you're experiencing with your spouse who you married that's just like her, she's like, I don't like the way she's talking to you. I don't like it. Brad and Deb get together. Deb says Waka wants to go to therapy. And she wants a grandkid. The baby is for me because I lost my 2 sons. That's what she said. Brad said, you need to stop being pushy and demanding. She was really letting her have it, and just in a loving way. You know, that's how you, if you watch Deb and Brad and how Brad was really holding her accountable and really explaining to her what she needs to do as a mother, and what she's doing is not cool, and still be in a loving way. It was really a good demonstration. I don't know who taught her that, but it was a good demonstration on how you can be with your friend, talk to your friend about whatever's going on in their life, and also be there for them and hold them accountable. Like she told Deb, you did what you knew how to do. The past is the past. You cannot change the past. I said, come on, Brad. Brad was letting her know. She was letting her know. She really did. She was like, I feel like it's my fault. I wasn't affectionate to them. I was really hard on them. I governed our household with tough love. Even Walker talking to the therapist, he was like, I don't understand what love is, what like a genuine love is, because my mom was, her genuine love was tough. That's what he said. And now you want this woman who you didn't really teach your son how to, you taught him a lot of misogyny, right? Because that's just what happens. And you taught him how to handle women and how to not be respectful, because in marriage boot camp, when they asked him, what were you doing to her? I was being a boy. So this is what you feel like, this is how boys and men treat women, by cheating on them and this and that. That's your idea. That's what I was being. I was being a boy by cheating on her. That's what we do. And now you have this mom who is tough love. She hasn't taught you how to handle women. You go and find a woman who you mishandle, who's had a previous abusive relationship. You mishandle her. Now she's gotten hard and in combative mode whenever you dealing with her. And you tell her you talk aggressive. Well, when I talk soft, you took advantage of me. You didn't respect me. So now you've turned what you could have, you didn't even have the tools to do it. And I'm glad that he's saying, I need to learn how to talk to my wife. I need to learn how to talk to my wife. And then even the therapist was like, well, you need to bring your wife in. He was trying to do therapy by himself, but he was like, you need to bring your wife in. He was like, well, I feel like she's going to be defensive. I don't know how that's going to work. You need to bring your wife in. I bet you he tells them, but you married your mother, my nigga, and she didn't give you the tools of how to treat a woman. So you hardened this lady, and now you want a feminine woman. You had one, but you didn't know how to treat her like one. So now you have this hard-ass battle axe who talks crazy to you. Tammy talks crazy to him. I'm not taking that away from her. She needs to learn how to talk to him. But it's a response. It's an effect of what happened, of how it's like a whole little cycle. A whole little cycle. Fall back and let them be adults. I said, come on, Brad, bitch. Brad need an advice thing. Does she got an advice thing on the Dish Network? She really needs one. She told Deb, let them adults be adults. You can teach them what you can teach them. At the end of the day, they're going to have to go out and make their own damn mistakes. You can only do what you had the tools to teach them. Yes, it was tough love. You can't change the past. And now he's gone and married a woman like you that you didn't teach him how to treat. You would have had a different woman had you taught your son how to treat a woman like Tammy. But now you didn't teach him, so now he's handling her in a way, and now he wants a feminine woman now. Tammy gives me feminine tea. She just got that mouth. But she said to him, she said it. You didn't respect me. He goes and gets with the therapist. The therapist says, asking him about his childhood. You know, he says, you know, my childhood, I grew up in the crack era. And now the past is who I am. And that's unfortunate. It's part of who you are. It should not define you, especially if it has a lot of pain. You know, it's okay. You want to heal from that. It is a part of you, but it should not be your identity, right? It should not be how you identify. It should be, this is my past. This is what shaped me. This is who I am. As you can see, he says the past is who I am. And Tammy says, she says, I am who I am. I don't take anything away from what I went through, because I wouldn't be where I am today. Right? So it's that perspective. They have two different perspectives. He says, I am my past. She says, my past is helping me who I am today. She's operating from a now. He's operating from I am my past. And then I start thinking. So I don't know what, he obviously clearly has things he needs to think about. And that's what Brad told Deb. Like, if he's saying he wants to go to a therapist, that's what he needs to go to. Let him do. Stop trying to control him. Let him do what he feels he needs to do. There's so many black men who commit suicide because of the pressures that they have and that they're trying to manage, and they can't manage it for whatever reason. And too many of us are, don't go to the therapy. You don't need to do all that. That's da. And then they don't have the tools to cope with all of these feelings, and it becomes mismanaged, and they start self-medicating, and they go down a road that they shouldn't go down, and they end their life. So Brad's like, listen to your son. Let him do. Stop trying to be demanding and pushy and tough. He needs somebody that is going to hold him and nurture him and listen to him without you trying to tell him where to go. Like, honey, the Brad gave her good advice. He said he wanted a woman, and he often asked himself, why did I marry her? You married her because you married your mama, nigga. That's why. And you don't even realize it. Then you be looking at your wife like, oh my gosh, she reminds me of my mother. And then you get mad when she wants to do stuff for you, because now you've looked at her and I've identified traits of your mother. And when she wants to do something for you, you are resentful to that because you're like, you ain't my mama. Baby, it's the oldest story in the books. The oldest story in the books. Like I said, this Waka and Tammy shit, this is some regular shit. This is some regular, like I said, shout out to Iyanla. That's the pathology. I love Tammy and her mother's relationship. I think it is the cutest thing. And I love how she is, her and her mother are speaking as two adult women, talking about, you know, Tammy's child and how she, you know, she don't listen, you know, she ain't doing what I tell her to do. She's not a bad kid. I just don't want her to grow up to be a snob. I want her to grow up, you know, not to be expecting things. I want her to work hard. I want her to, and I think we as black people, that is such a, it does our family such a detriment when you work hard to make it easy for your family. You don't turn around and say, well, you need to work hard like me, so I'm not going to support you in a way that I wasn't supported. I didn't get it, so you can't get it. No, you work hard so you can do it. So you can make the space. So you can provide the access. You don't get the access and then deny it because it was denied to you. That's backwards. And I think we do that to a detriment of our communities, to our families. I really do. I really do. I really do. We need to practice nepotism more. Latinos practice it. Asians practice it. The whites, you know, they practice it. We don't practice it. We want a motherfucker to work hard instead of giving them the job and then teaching them how to do it the way that fucking Travis is doing it. Travis got hired and his you don't even know, but his uncle is the CEO. You wonder how the fuck did he get this job? He ain't doing nothing, but his goddamn uncle is the CEO. And the uncle's brother, his father, came to him and said, give Travis a job. He ain't doing shit at home. Give him a job. And the next thing you know, Travis is your goddamn boss. But we want our people. You got to work hard. I'm going to make it hard for you because I had it hard. That shit is backwards as fuck. Do you hear me? I like Tammy and her mother's relationship, like I was saying. They talking to each other. She's not coming with this mom attitude, right? She's like talking to her like, well, you know, Charlie's used to having a nanny and she's used to having things done for her. yeah, but you know, they really talking like two adult women. Not but it was still like, you know, mother and daughter. I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute. She's talking to her sisters, and she says her and Walker are at different places. They're at different places. She doesn't know why he can't talk to me, because he already has his mother to talk to, and it's like talking to the same person. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. The clouds covered the sun, y'all. When Tammy goes to this empowerment thing, she tells Walker, make sure that Charlie stays on punishment. I put her on punishment. Don't let her pull a fast one on you. He pulls a fast one, goes to a soccer game of one of his favorite teams, him and his manager or whatever. He tells the girl, you can go out with your friends. And she says, he said, but you got to keep that between us. And she says, well, you got to give me a, and this man is walking. Look, he about to be on the, I'm going to see if you can see him. He picking up stuff off the ground. But he had his coat. I was like, I hope he doesn't show me his penis. I don't feel like seeing no penis today. I really don't. Not this early, bitch. What time is it? 8 o'clock, exactly. Anyways, so he goes to a soccer game. She goes out with her friend. She comes back with her hair a different color, with her hair braided. She's 14 years old. Where the hell? Who is she going out with? That's what I want to know. Who is she going out with? She's 14. She got with her friends or whatever. They braid her hair. He comes back to the house. He was like, why is your hair a different color? We are not supposed to go out. I don't understand how Walker was posting shit to his IG stories and Charlie not be there with him, and he think that Tammy is not going to see it. And her sister was like, you seen Walker's, what Walker was doing? She was like, well, what he doing, girl? What he doing? She was like, go watch his IG story. She was like, okay, I'm gonna call you back. It's just, it's just so, to me, it's just so like relatable, I should say. It's relatable. And she was like, looking at it, he's at the damn soccer game. I'm like, how you thought that was supposed to be a secret between you and your daughter, and you out posting the pictures on the thing? She comes out with a different hairstyle. She was like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like no one listens to me. That's what she said. I feel like nobody listens to me. He undermined her. She comes home. The daughter's hair is blonde. She got blonde braids in. And she was like, what's wrong? Wait a minute. What did you do to your hair? So where was you? How was your time together and this and that? So where was you? He was like, that's Photoshop. That's a blow-up doll. That's not me. And she's not, he's joking, right? She's not in a joking mood. Bad timing, Walker. Just really bad timing. He's trying to be like, that's not me at the soccer game and this and that. Tammy goes and gets the scissors, which I did not like at all. Don't run. She running around the house with scissors, running after her daughter so that she can cut her braids off. She snips one of the braids. And he was like, dude, you doing too much. She went overboard. Like, I agree with Walker. She went overboard, but at the same time, she was upset and y'all playing. And she told you, don't let this girl go out. She's on punishment for not going to work and getting the F in PE. Getting an F in PE. So you on punishment. And she's like, and when you got them braids, you on punishment for another week. He was like, man, you doing too much. You just play too much. It's just overkill. But she feels like he was like, you the shortest person in the house trying to make up all these rules and stuff. They don't do Tammy right. But, I mean, she is, I don't know. Tammy, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, okay? Let's get down in the comments and we'll talk. Y'all have a wonderful day. Take care of each other and protect your energy. Peace.
Got red bottoms on. Life is good. You know what I mean? Like,